In the first popular vote of its kind anywhere in the world, the Republic of Ireland have passed a law through a referendum open to the public to recognise and legalise same-sex marriage. It was actually called the 34th Amendment of the Constitution, Marriage Equality Bill 2015. This was put to the people of the Republic of Ireland on the 22nd of May, so just this past Friday. The result was finally known yesterday, and it was passed overall with an overall majority. Before I get to, I'll talk quickly about the numbers of my opinion on this, and a couple of the reactions as well about the result of this. Firstly, the numbers very quickly, and I'm not going to go too in depth into this, just the overall numbers very generally. The electorate, which means the people who registered to vote and allowed to vote in this referendum, were 3,221,681. The total number of votes cast in this was just below 2 million, as it was 1,949,725. So that's 1,949,725. Invalid or blank votes totaled a number of 13,818. So I have to say, just like the general election here in the UK very recently, quite a high number. Obviously that's due to various reasons. Marks which could like a signature which could identify the voter, real unsure of those counting the votes to see who that person has voted for, and of course there's any other marks or things on the ballot paper. It would be considered an invalid vote, which led to a total number of valid votes as being 1,935,907, which led to it was 99.29% of the total number of votes. So, what was the reaction? So what was the way the people of Republic voted in numbers? Well, as I said, they did pass it. They did vote to recognise and legalise same-sex marriage, which meant the vote was for, firstly, the no vote, those who did not wish to recognise or legalise same-sex marriage. A total number of votes cast there, 734,300, which was 37.93% of the total valid votes. And obviously the yes vote was a total number of votes 1,201,607. So that's just over 1.2 million people across the Republic of Ireland voted in favour of recognising and legalising same-sex marriage, which was a total percentage of the vote 62.07%. Now, obviously, just like the Scottish independence referendum back in September, both the yes and no campaigns were very working very hard, trying to make their views, their opinions known, try to ensure that people would vote in their favour. I followed this for a couple of weeks. Certainly a lot of campaigning going on both sides. Obviously, it's a result there of yes. That means people of the same sex, which means both men and women can marry each other. Women can marry women and men can marry men. No exact date of when this will be passed on into law in the Republic of Ireland yet, but they join us here in Scotland in recognising same-sex marriage. Although the way that the Scottish vote, I do genuinely believe if it was put to a referendum here in Scotland, I believe that the Scottish people would vote yes. I believe the overwhelming majority would have voted yes. But Scotland passed it into law through Parliament, through a vote in Parliament, and not through a public vote. So, like I said, this is, I believe, the first country across the world to pass the recognition and legalisation of same-sex marriage by a referendum, a public vote such as this. I believe it is the very first time. Now, obviously, not all of the reaction to this has been positive. Also, many people, obviously, if you truly know what I've said it before on different issues like the independence referendum, the UK general election, very many things about life. If you genuinely hold a view, that's your genuine view. You're not, that's your view because you've looked at the subject, you've examined the subject, and that's the way you feel, and that is your thoughts, your genuine opinion. Then you're obviously welcome to your opinion, but also not everybody is going to welcome this result in Ireland. A couple examples here. Diarmaid Martin, the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Dublin, told RTE, which is an Irish television station, he said, "I appreciate how gay and lesbian men and women feel on this day, that they feel this is something that is enriching the way they live. I think it is a social revolution." He added, "I asked myself, most of these young people who voted yes are products of our Catholic school system for 12 years. I'm saying there's a big challenge there to see how we get across the message of the Church." The Church of Ireland issued a statement indicating that it defines marriage as between a man and a woman, and the result of this referendum does not alter this. Apparently, archbishops and bishops also called for a spirit of public generosity, both from those for whom the result represents triumph and for those for whom it signifies disaster. And the Presbyterian Church in Ireland have said it was deeply disappointed and saddened that the Constitution will no longer reflect the historic and Christian view of marriage, that it is exclusively between one man and one woman. So obviously differing opinions, differing views, different reactions going on, and I'm sure not just in the Republic of Ireland, but all across the world to this vote, I'm sure. I mean, I could speak about this for quite a long time. I watched a programme about Russia lately, where a BBC presenter called Reg went over to Russia, and I saw a lot of the treatment of homosexual, lesbian, transgender people there. That whole LGBT community, I hope I'm getting that right, that whole community and all those people, the horrible treatment they got there was appalling. And I'm glad that just like the Scottish independence referendum, to be honest, I was not happy with how that vote went, but we accepted that vote and we have moved on from that vote. We have not gone crazy and held riots and things. We're moving forward politically, and I would kind of hope that's what people in the Republic of Ireland do. I myself, as a Scotsman, as a heterosexual male, I welcome this. I know this won't affect me, and that's the kind of thing, I know, I said different views. I know some people will obviously complain because they, especially some Irish people, will complain about the result of this. because they've got to live in the country, and I'm sure maybe we get a couple comments about that saying, you may be happy about this, but it does not affect you. I've got to live here. And to be honest, I perhaps it's because of my generation, because I've been exposed to people of different colours, races, creeds, all throughout my life. I'm more accepting of people of all different sexuality. I mean, the thing is, we know these days, that people are born this way. They're like the Lady Gaga song says, they're born this way. They're, it's very much it's like born African American or white or Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Australian, New Zealand, German, Norwegian, Sweden. People are born that way. Whatever they're born whatever colour of the skin, and they're also born the way the sexuality that they are. So it's very much there. It's a natural thing. It's not done through any kind of mind control, poisons, or substances, or any other kind of thing that some people would say. And it's not, certainly in my opinion, it's certainly not devil or evil or anything like that, or eerie demon occupying somebody's brain or their body or something like that. We know these days that it's perfectly natural, that it is the way that people are born. And I, for one, I'm very glad that, like I said, a heterosexual male, Scottish, it really won't affect me, but I am very happy, because it said it brings them in, kind of brings Republic of Ireland up to Scotland, because we recognise same-sex marriages as well. That was, I said, that was that passed through Parliament, not a public vote. Although I thought a public vote would certainly pass it. I'm very happy for those in Ireland that were wanting to vote yes. I know that here in Scotland, certainly amongst many of my friends, they were all tweeting and putting on Facebook their support for the yes vote. So many of them are glad. Seeing the reactions today and yesterday, last night, about when the result came out late afternoon. A lot of people were happy about the vote, and again, I'm very happy with my vote. I mean, it's truly amazing. Before I go, I just want to say it's truly amazing the steps forward that people of different colours, races, and creeds have taken over these last several decades. But again, many places across the world used to have signs up in America, here in the UK, and various places across the world used to have signs up that, just for example, by the way, and you can look at it, you can Google online, but a lot of places have, like, say, had signs on their doors, like, say, no blacks, no Irish, and the steps forward that different that the people of African American heritage and the people of Ireland have taken through the troubles, through all the political stuff that went on, over the last 100-odd years, and the step forward that people are taking in not just the Republic of Ireland but Northern Ireland as well. It's been tremendous to see, and I'm very glad I've been able to see it. So this has been a very positive vote, both voting yes, and I think a very positive in the way that it hopefully will genuinely reflect, and I believe in looking at the just over 68% of the electorate turned out to vote. I do genuinely hope that this truly, honestly reflects the views and opinions of the people of the Republic of Ireland, and I welcome their vote in favour of yes to legalise and recognise same-sex marriage, the same here as in Scotland. So it's very much a great step forward for Ireland, for the people of Ireland, for its culture. It's a great step forward in its history, and I look forward, although I said there'll be a lot of people having negative views of this, I look forward to this being introduced into law, and hopefully people move on politically and accept this, and accept this kind of action as positive, and as an act to as a stepping forward towards equality for everybody in the Republic of Ireland.